Hello and welcome back to Lands of Lore 2, Guardians of Destiny. Let's complete our exploration through the Dracoid ruins here. So, we're going to do a few different things. We're going to start by heading up further north and go through these passageways where we will uncover kind of a dungeon. There's not a huge amount to do down here by any means. You can press these buttons to open the doors, see some desiccated corpses, and you should actually be able to, forget exactly, you should be able to kind of sever these chains and get the doors off. Oop, let's not transform. But honestly, exactly how you do it, I actually kind of forget. Not that it matters. There is, well, we'll talk about it in a bit. A reason why you might want a whole bunch of doors to utilize, but we don't need to do it right now. So there's just a few of these here. This one I feel like doesn't always light for me. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, maybe that guy's broken. I don't know. Either way, still, there's a stone cube here, but really not much else. There is a second side to this, and we can try to get over there. Let's see if this will work. Is that going to get cut up? Nope, don't do that. Okay. Hang on just a second. I'm not sure if this will give me enough of a jump or not. Maybe that transformation was to a lizard. I'm not sure. This might give me just enough of a pathway. Hang on. Let's step down onto here and see if we get enough distance to get across. We do not. That's okay. I don't really care to waste much time trying to get over there. Basically, all that's there is another set of 4 dungeon rooms that we don't really need. However, we do want to kind of mobilize this door a little bit. Let's try and send that down there. Right? And then let's go just a little bit further. There we go. And we can continue on heading north to start. We're going to do a little bit of a backtrack just to show something off, but make sure I'm going to the right spot. Good, we are okay. Yes, this place is not exactly stable, you may have noticed. Take care of you. So I sort of mentioned last time around we were in more of the pedestrian area of the Dracoid ruins, and we're going to be moving on to kind of more of the royal area. So let's, this door will get stuck fairly frequently, so you want to keep kind of nudging it a little bit. And a bit more. Get around this bridge. Or what used to be a bridge at least. And as we get down here, if it'll get all the way, we should get to a spot that's narrow enough that we can make this jump. And we could do that. We actually aren't going to. We're going to do something a little bit different. Just to show stuff off. That should be fine. We'll leave that there. So, let's take a look. All right, so we are going to head back a little bit. Oop, that's not right. Because I want to show off something that I was kind of talking about close to the end of the last video. You know what? I'm just curious. Let's look this way quickly. Okay. Just to kind of close off the map a little bit. In here is something that we're going to come back to later. Yeah, no, I don't want to go this way yet. My apologies, that's fine. I come back to that. Why weren't you lit already? Haha, because I'm going the wrong way. This will connect us back over to where we had been last time. We could take this way, it doesn't really matter. Ooh, there's some torches we missed. I think this is right around where kind of we intentionally got ourselves killed. I'm not sure if there's any more of the SAR left. If there are, we'll try and take care of them. Yes, that guy is appropriately lit. That'll go back down to the arena. Oops. All right. Now. Good. So, up this way is a path that'll bring us to the water. Now, if you step down here, I think you're largely trapped. You might be able to jump back onto this ledge, particularly if you're the lizard, but it's really quite difficult from here. So you're kind of stuck in this area, and I'm going to fire off some shots so that we can see a little bit. This just follows this river path, and it seems like, okay, maybe you can kind of trace it along, and you'd be able to get to roughly where that door was in the water that we moved at the prison area. But in reality, what happens is that it kind of just comes to a close. We can't go any farther, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that's right where that gap is. So, if you've already gone to the mage tower, which we have, and we're going to do again, you can come up along the sort of back side here, and we'll be able to get inside. However, as I mentioned 2 videos ago when we were in there, if you haven't been there already, you're kind of stuck. Oh, that's probably fine, but just annoying. Well, all right. So there's a ledge kind of back on this far wall. We'll zoom in just a little bit. You can see that you can climb up, and then it's actually reasonably easy to miss, but as you start going up this spiral here, you will come across a little window that brings you back inside here. Probably have to crouch to get in. I'm not even sure the beast can do it. Yeah, I think we'll have to actually pause and come back, and then there's a little ledge that goes a little further, but you can't really do anything. It just ends right here. So I will pause quickly until we are a human and can get inside. Hang on. All right, here we go. We are human again. So we're going to run into the mage tower and just kind of sprint down here. Say hello to all our old friends. Try and get down to the base level, which is one more down, I think. Very good. We'll go to this teleporter room, which we are still not going to use to go back to the Dracoid cemetery yet. Let's see. Yeah, oh yeah, there's only one. And this puts us, we didn't really investigate this before, in, haha. Oh, that's just teleporter room, okay. So basically this is kind of the palace, I guess, of the Dracoid civilization. And it's right by where we just were with that door. Let's head inside here. And we have a little secret to uncover. Let's see, I think, yeah, we have to click on this gargoyle statue. And it opens up this door back here. But just for a pretty brief while, then it closes again. I don't think you can get trapped in there. I might be wrong about that. This, I believe, should be the exact same bed where we saw that scene of the Dracoid Emperor dying when they were talking about how once he died they were going to sink the capital. This is the Axe Trader. Quite good, however, it causes damage to you unless you have a certain item as well, which, frankly, we're not going to get for a little bit, and even when we do, I'm still not going to use it. So we are going to leave this behind, but it's not a bad thing to get and keep with you. And I'll show you, you know, while we have space in our inventory, we'll hold on to it just for fun. May well get rid of it before we actually utilize it, but that's okay. So, that was kind of the initial piece, and then we'll continue exploring here. This is just the end of a hallway. We got to go down these stairs here. No. And usually, are we still transforming? Is that like a double transformation? I was going to say, yeah, usually there's a couple of Sar here. Should be fairly well protected since they can't poison us. Makes it a lot easier to deal with them. Although I find that most of the ones up here are fairly strong. Now on this side, we have a few more doors here. Let's kind of do these in order. Whee! So we have a passageway in here. Stairway that goes down. Hopefully I remember correctly where everything is. Oh yeah, okay. So I think that this is the door. I might be wrong, but I think this is the door that will only open with... let me just make sure. No, wait. It might be a different one. Hang on. Let's continue looking in these doors. Any of these open? Yes. Okay. Stop it. So these are all pretty much just empty chambers. There's really nothing special going on in here. Bunch of boxes. This, I guess, would be kind of servant quarters and storage areas for the palace here. I'll show you where we are. We're kind of in a lower, layer of the map. Again, I mean, in terms of gameplay, it doesn't add a ton, but it just, speaks to the care that they took in designing the game, and maybe this is like a kitchen or something. Just putting things in that would truly be necessary in the civilization, even though it's not, doing anything for us now, however many years in the future. Alrighty, so... Stop it. Trying so hard to transform all the time. We have this kind of fun chair here. Just gonna move out of the way. I think it's actually this door. Oh, I'm wrong again. Oh, that's right. That just circles us around. One of these doors that I'm going to uncover shortly, maybe it was that first one that wouldn't open there, we can only open with the skeleton key from back in... I think these are already lit, aren't they? From back in the Hewline village that I never bring with me, because the only thing in there is like some lightning crystals or something. Nothing that's really worthwhile. Now in here, there should be a button on the throne here. Here it is. Aha. Which opens up a little chamber back here. This seems unnecessary for this. The game is really insistent on us transforming. And I'm out of mana. That's very frustrating. So you get another ring of regeneration here, which is nice. And then, I don't know if this button closes things. It does. Aha, let's escape. Alright, let's take a look at our map, see where we're at. Very good. We have done just about everything that we want to do here. In fact, maybe I'll just pause for a second, check my notes, and come right back. Yes, we are all set. You know what? Let me just walk up here just to fill in this little piece of the map, because I'm crazy. Whoa. Oh, that's right. We're a lizard. We have to jump for every step. Very nice. Are we going to the right spot? We are. And I did check that room was the one that won't open unless you have the key, the skeleton key from the Hewline village. So this is just another chamber in here, nothing too special. And we'll check out this last one. Is there a third one? Oh, there's a third one. What's this? Nothing. Just looked weird. Oh, that's kind of fun. Someone's doing some experiments under their bed. I don't know why they were keeping it secret, but I guess we'll never know. And just another quarters here. So, that is pretty much everything there is to see here in the Royal Palace. So now, let's take a look at this. Ooh, chandelier. That's fun. Carrying on. We gotta be careful not to accidentally run into the water here. Should be... Oh, hey, look at you. I really don't want to fight you as a lizard. That won't go well at all. I really don't want to fight you as a lizard either. This is the worst. Being a lizard is terrible. Let's see. Can we make ourselves sort of phantasmal so they won't notice us? I don't know. We're going to find out. See how well this works. I never use it. Really doesn't work on that guy. Let's see. Where's our... Oh, obviously, we have to light these. Would be wrong not to. Really drawing a lot of attention to ourselves by doing it, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to pause and save just in case we fall in the water here. Alright, let's see how well we can jump. Whee! Oh, I didn't jump at all. That's not going to work. Jumping definitely doesn't work if you forget to hit the key. Good. There we go. Alright. So, we are back over on this side. Oh, you know what I should have done? I don't think... No, it wouldn't have worked. Getting over here is very, very difficult. I'll quickly try, just since we're the lizard, and we have that long jump ability. The lizard can't jump very high, but he can jump long. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll just try. There's just an empty mansion over there, which is... It's nice to see everything. Obviously, it's something I try a lot, but I don't think it's going to work. We'll try, though. Hang on. Alright, let's see how this goes. Ooh, that didn't go well at all. We'll try one more time. It's as much effort as I'm willing to put in. Let's step down here, I think. Oh, hey, look at that. I think we did it. Let's light this guy. Alright, so we can take a quick bit of exploration here. Like I said, there's not really much to see. That's not going to work out well. Please go away. It occurs to me, I'm not sure if we can get back over. So we may be exploring and then loading. It's also harder to explore when you can't see anything as this tiny little lizard with no ability to view. Cast some sparks here to try and increase our vision a little bit. Ooh, not a bad jump. Alright, so that's that kind of area over here. Now we can check out the actual mansion over here. Like I said, it's just kind of an empty mansion. We'll check it out. Some more stones. Some, bench seating areas for, I don't know, throwing your cool, fancy, rich parties. Whee! And we can head upstairs. We will be going to a different, much more valuable and important two-story mansion probably just after this. Well, I guess we have one stop to make on the way, but as you can see, really nothing there to it. I would, with its location, maybe this is kind of a guest manor house. I don't know. Doesn't matter much. But a nice addition, I think. So let's get back to the water here, and I will, again, pause and sit. Alright, now let's see if we can get back across. What's going to be the narrowest section? Probably, let's go back where we were before. Although that height up there might have helped us, but we'll see. Let's try this and see how lucky we get. Nice. Wonderful. All right. Now we may continue on. We'll allow that guy to live because we don't want to deal with him. I don't know if this is lit or not yet. I think it is. Yeah, it looks good. This one isn't. And what have we here? This, I think we can come back to. That'll be our next stop for next video, really. Although, forget it. Let's just go in. So we're not really coming here next time anyway. It's just near where we want to be. So this is the library. We're going to be kind of on a different part of the library. There's some candles here that you can light, but they don't do anything. But it is nice that you can light them all, I guess. There's kind of 3 stacks of books. Okay. And actually, do I want to... Yeah, no, this works. We will go in here. So this is the other mansion that I was telling you about, the other kind of 2-story mansion here in kind of the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around the sides, at least down here. But inside... there's nothing really on the ground floor, just some more sitting rooms, just like we saw in the previous mansion. Oop, I don't need to push this chair around. But if we head up the stairs. There's 2 things to find, one of which is very minimally valuable. Ooh, wait, was I mistaken? Ah, I was. The chest is on the first floor. In this back corner, I believe. Yes. Alright, we're not going to be able to see anything. Hopefully we can jump high enough. Wonderful, we did. Except I missed it. Okay. So we have lightning gem and then guardian orb, which we will use as soon as we get the opportunity to, because they just don't really do enough damage to be valuable enough to take up the space in the inventory. But of more importance is up here, we have this balcony, but if we walk into any of these, railings, then they'll fall down, and on this side, there's a little path here, which is one of the 2 ways to get to where we ultimately want to go. It's wonderful. All right. So we can run along this path here, light our way a little bit. Easier when you have Valkyrie. Or at least I like it better. I think it's more effective. And eventually we'll come over here to a couple of bridges. Now, this first one will collapse under us as we walk on it, as you can see, and start to float away. But it will leave us in this room here, which I don't know if this fountain is supposed to heal us, but if you light those 2 kind of sconces, this bridge will drop down. And we come to this little hot spring. Oh no, is it going to drown me as a lizard? I've never done this as a lizard. I didn't think of that. Oh, let's see where our autosave was.
Too far.
Oh, that's the worst. All right, hang on a sec. I will get us right back where we were. All right, we are back, and luckily this time we have already transformed back into human Luthor, so we can experience the gentle as we step in. But yeah, I'm not sure I've ever even come here with damage, so I don't know if that fountain heals you, but it seems to just be kind of a fancy bathhouse, as best I can tell. Now, getting back across is a little bit more annoying. What we're going to do is come along this way, and we should come to the fallen bridge, which, there we go, and then we can use that to get up here, and then, right, we're going to, there's nothing back this way, no. We will hopefully be able to make this jump up here. Stop it. Nope, that's not even close. Ooh, how do I get back across? Now I don't remember. Let's find out. Hang on. Oh, well. I guess we don't even have to. Luckily, I saved right before we went across the bridge, so that's fine. We can leave it alone. You probably just jump back across here, maybe as the lizard again, or yeah, I guess if we went back down this way, we should be able to make just fine. Oh, that's probably what I should have done, is gone that direction. Oh well. So what we will do now is carry on forward. So we will run across this bridge here. And okay. Now we have a nice long tunnel that we're going to follow. It's not fully a tunnel. Eventually it opens up on the sides here, and have this huge kind of lake. Now this alcove over here, I mentioned potentially wanting to get the doors from here, which I know there's a way. It doesn't really matter. Definitely people have tried, and I've tried to kind of get all these doors down and make enough of a bridge to get over to this alcove over here. To my knowledge, I've never seen anyone get there. Watched Let's Plays and read walkthroughs and things, and I've never had anyone say that there's anything in there. I really want to get over there and find out. So if you've ever seen it or have any idea, let me know. But to my knowledge, you can't really get there, and if you do, I don't think there is anything there. However, we do want to pause for a sec and jump into this lake because we get a special cutscene. Unless I'm too far. Yeah, good. Okay. Instead of drowning, we have the great worm worshipped by the secondary civilization of Dracoids that devours us. However, if we continue this way instead, we walk down this very long, dark pathway that eventually brings us... Nope. Alright. Very soon we will have a way to deal with some of that. So you may have just noticed little passages off to the side. I just want to show that this ultimately ends in nothing. But going back just a short ways to where that opening was, we can come in here. There's a little kind of two-way round, but it ultimately goes to the same spot. And here we see the corpse of the Dracoid priest who wants to be cremated to be along, with his brethren. And so we'll drag that forward and place it upon the altar. And then we will use our spark to light these two tokens. Starts a nice little bonfire and a big explosion. And after all of that, that was all we really needed to do. We could have come straight here, come through here, and next time around we'll explore this area just to fill it in. There's nothing else special. We could have come straight here, right from the very beginning, and gone right up here and saved ourselves a lot of time. But it would have been way less cool. So we will collect the ashes here in this urn.
That worked.
And with that, I think we will end things here, and when we come back, we will make our way out and finish with the Dracoid ruins. But hopefully you enjoyed a little exploration here, and until next time, see ya.